For updates on sports stories across the globe, Aaron Akerijola joins us. Good morning, Aaron. Good to see you.
Yes, good to see you, Ayo. Good morning to you, and reporting live from Rabat today as we prepare for the third day of the 48th Hassan II Golf Trophy, and also the 28th Leila Miriam Trophy for the women. And I must tell you that it's been quite the event, because 66 American PGA players have actually been slugging it out here on the tee, on the green, trying to get hold on that particular prize. So we're here for Rise News covering that particular event, and certainly we'll be looking forward to seeing things happen as the entire PGA are chiming into this particular event with the hope of seeing someone actually pick up this 48th trophy. This particular tournament started in the 70s, and that tradition has been kept on. And not only just kept on, they decided to even expand it by including this in the PGA calendar, which is very, very instructive, because golf in Africa is not really that popular. But thanks to events like this, thanks to events that also go on in the South African tour, certainly the golf has is beginning to grow in leaps and bounds on the continent of Africa. Now, away from that, as we actually get into today's events, let's actually tell you that in football, the UEFA Champions League knockout stage is actually continued, and our man Victor Osimhen, although he failed to fire or got only one goal in 7 matches for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, but for the Naples team, SSC Napoli, I must tell you, it was a different ball game, as once again he found the back of the net to help level up things after Lewandowski had actually opened things up for the visitors Barcelona on the day, as the Naples team decided to roll back and actually even the ties, and it's all to play for in the second round. But that cannot be said of the game at the Dragao in Portugal, where FC Porto did a smash and grab literally against Arsenal, beating them 1-0. A late goal on the dying embers of the game just left Arsenal heartbroken, literally, because they were playing for a draw, hoping to go back to the Emirates and try to finish things up. But I must tell you that wasn't meant to be. And let's also talk about the fact that finally, now that officially Sir Jim Ratcliffe, his investments have all been accepted, all the due diligence have been done, and the director's test has also been carried out, and the FA in England have given Sir Jim Ratcliffe the green light to go ahead and begin life as part owner of Manchester United. He is actually saying that this is the dawn of a new era, with the hope that he might be able to restore Manchester United back to its glory days. Remember, Manchester United pre-2013 were the best team in England by a margin. They still remain the best team in England when it comes to wages and when it comes to revenue, but when it comes to trophies and the actual footballing game, Manchester United have been lagging behind heavily. And I can tell you that Sir Jim Ratcliffe is confident that what he's been able to do with the Ineos team, what he's been able to do with OGC Nice in the French Ligue 1, he will be able to replicate it with the Red Devils and that global brand. And finally, sad news is actually coming in, and that is the fact that the Nigerian male basketball team, the Day Tigers, will not be participating in the Afrobasket qualifiers. And a statement released by the federation states that paucity of funds is the reason why they'll be doing this. But people have questioned and said that in time past, the federation had always gone on to use their own personal funds to run or to bankroll tournaments with the hope and with the knowledge that they will receive those funds back. And some are even postulating that maybe because the Nigeria Football Federation got $12 billion, then the basketball Federation decided that we too want our own largesse, and since it wasn't forthcoming, they decided to just throw in the towel. Now there are many postulations in the air, but one thing is certain. Once again, the Basketball Federation has let the basketballers and Nigerians down by failing to rise up to the occasion and making things happen. As the male basketball team who have dominated the Afrobasket on the continent, we will not be participating in the next one. No thanks to Paucity funds.
This is so disheartening to hear, Aaron. And last week I believe when the president had hosted the Super Eagles of Nigeria, I talked about the fact that while we pay a lot of attention to football as a sport in Nigeria, there are other sports that ought to also receive attention, if not equal, at least considerable attention. And it's very sad because, like you said, for a team that has in the past funded themselves to attend international competitions, they've missed the Olympics, they've missed other competitions like that, and now the Afrobaskets, they've been denied the opportunity to qualify for that by the lack of funds. Very, very disheartening. And I hope that the Sports Federation will look into this, because the Ministry of Sports is not just for football. It covers all sports in Nigeria. So I'm hoping that they'll do right by these.
Ayo, permit me to state how things are being done in Nigeria.
Please go ahead.
The way the budget cycle is being run is actually very, very disadvantageous to the sporting sector. But if there is anything we know, is the fact that even the Nigerian Football Federation, the 12 billion which we are speaking about, or we spoke about in time past, did not come to the players immediately. They probably got it maybe after the tournament. If every federation will decide that because funds do not come to them, then they will not attend tourneys, then no one will be attending any sporting event in Nigeria. This is where the sad reality actually beckons to be understood. Okay. Because this is not the first time the Nigeria Basketball Federation are going for tournaments that are being bankrolled by the federation. And I can say this for certain because I've seen documents that has seen the Ministry of Sports refund the Nigeria Basketball Federation time and time again for every expenditure being incurred on behalf of the Ministry of Sports, on behalf of Nigeria. It is sad that this is happening. Basketball cannot keep happening, cannot keep having this. First, it was with the women. Remember when they decided to freeze out the women from competing for the World Cup? And now this is not good enough.
Aaron, that's not good. And it's very sad, that we're going through this. But I just want to confirm something. You said just now that even the $12, million or $1 billion did not get to them as at when due, right? So they didn't pay the money because you were the one that was defending when we said some players were complaining that money has not dropped to. You said, no, this is the best time in a long time, to the best of my knowledge. But you, Jeff, you said it with your own mouth now, that when they released the money, the process of getting it didn't get to them on time, finally before they now settled it. So you have now seen yourself, and I'm happy you're saying with your own mouth, the problems we see as regards our sporting arena in the country. For the Tigers that have done so much for this country, because of budgets, they can attend a major tournament that you always also know that is on an easy path for them to win. It's a sad indictment of this government and also successive governments and the way we administer sports. We are not ready in this country. We are jokers, big jokers. And I think for the level of saving shame, I don't know if there are any well-meaning Nigerians that can step in and promptly provide this money and the government should refund them later. This is a shame on us, Aaron. This must not be allowed to happen. I don't know how we can do it. Somebody should quickly step in, provide them the money, and we save this shame.
To clarify some things here.
Yes.
Rufai, if I had to clarify some things here concerning that. First of all, the sad fact is this. The federations in Nigeria are not entirely financially viable. First of all, the ones that are viable have been very reluctant to take in sponsorship. Football has utilized this to their great advantage. But other federations that are viable, like basketball, for example, are not utilizing their commercial equity. And the truth is this: concerning the football, like I said, during the course of the tournament, the monies might not have fully been released, but after the tournament, the money was released. The truth is, the way Nigerian governance structure states that monies do not come because budgetary cycles are very probably move around. It could be at the beginning of the year, it could be in the middle of the year, it could be the end of the year, and sports is always running round the mill. So the truth is this: you have to do what you have to do, knowing that regardless of what happens, you will be refunded. And that has been the modus operandi in time past. While the federation has decided to let the players loose and not rise to the occasion is the big question.
Well, Aaron, I see that it's a warm, sunny day out there in Rabat. And very soon, maybe we'll add Ajala to your name. From Ivory Coast to Morocco. So you know that song? Ajala travel all over the world. Ajala travel all over the world. Anyway, we'll add your name to it. But let me ask you quickly. The Hassan II golf tournament is the most famous golf tournament in Morocco. I don't think the attraction is the gold dagger, which is the top prize with the jewels in that dagger, but maybe perhaps the prize money. So can you give us an idea about the fund for this year? $1.5 million, $2 million, you know, something about that. That's one. Then number two, the Formula One. There is a testing, 3-day testing going on in Bahrain. Part of the attraction is Red Bull launching a new car, and Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton, stories about them. But do you think that this new season that is coming, anybody will still be able to beat Red Bull? Can Mercedes regain their winning ways?
All right.
Just those two issues, yeah.
All right, Doctor. First of all, let's talk about the anticlimax, or probably the disparity between things going on in Nigeria and things going on here in Morocco, is the fact that this is the 48th edition. A particular king, Hassan II, who loved the game of golf, decided to take on golf, and even after his passing, they've kept that tradition alive. As a matter of fact, they have, even though this is being championed by the Royal Golf Federation of Morocco, but there is a Hassan II Golf Association that partners with the Royal Golf Federation of Morocco to put up this event. Yesterday, I saw you prize monies were flowing because the Pro-Am golf tournament finished yesterday. Talking about the professional and amateur golf tournament for this Hassan II Gold Golf Trophy. And I must tell you, the monies were flowing, and certainly the PGA golfers that have come here know that whatever happens, they will be smiling to the bank. And that's the best way you can actually encourage the growth of golf here, because you can see the appetite for golf here. Now, the truth is this. Morocco is beginning to show that this is how to run sports, because the same level of interest and the same level of funding that has been given to golf is the same level of funding, and not even more, for football, for female football, for basketball. They're beginning to rise in the ranks when it comes to sports. And we are hoping that we have legislations and policies that will be able to take out all the rough edges there in Nigeria, with the hope that they can show into the talent that is in abundance and that is not being harnessed or being tapped. Talking about Formula One, RB14 was the car to beat in the 2023 circuit. Now, they will be unveiling RB15 with the same technology, improved suspensions, and what have you, better aerodynamics. At the moment, for now, I don't think anything can touch Red Bull. Maybe the controversy surrounding their principal, Christian Horner, might just be a downer, but save that. The moment they are unstoppable, talking about the Red Bull team in Formula One at the moment. It was just running through the mills for Verstappen and the gang yesterday.
Well, thank you very much, Aaron. We look forward to you bringing us more updates live from Rabat, Morocco, from the King Hassan II golf tournament.